How long have you lived in Durham County?
About 34 years.
Okay, and are you currently employed?
Yes,
What type of line of work do you do?
I do HVAC and maintenance.
And I know you know that you're here regarding an incident that occurred on March 16th, 2023, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what you were doing that day?
We're coming from the main office that I used to work for, going to another apartment to go work already.
Okay, and when you say leave, who are you referring to?
Yeah, my friend Augustine, he was my coworker and we became friends.
Okay. And what kind of car were you driving?
We were driving a black Explorer.
Okay.
This is a critical moment right here. The jury's verdict splits the charges. 1 count downgraded, 2 still standing as aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Translation: the jury didn't fully buy the prosecution's version on every charge, but they absolutely believed the defendant crossed serious legal lines. This mixed verdict sets the tone for everything that follows, especially sentencing.
And do you recall what highway you were traveling on?
We're going 410.
And what direction were you going? Like, towards the airport?
And, he had me there, trapped.
Did you get to see who was driving the car behind you?
Yes, it was a family. It was a guy with his wife and his 3 kids. They were behind me and, he had us there. So, yeah.
Just a moment. Excuse me.
Whole truck reversed into you. Could you hear or see anything?
Yeah, he had us pinned there for, it felt like forever. But I can hear the tires and see the smoke from his pin. It was a gun. We showed the cops and everything. It wasn't loaded. We were trying to scare him off, but I couldn't get off because my seatbelt got stuck. So I told my coworker, "Hey, get off." Tried to scare him off. And my coworker got off, went to his side, and pointed the weapon.
And what effect, if any, has this incident had on you?
Oh, my life's changed. I mean, every time I drive, or my mother's driving, or my wife is driving, any car gets close to us, I just sense that's something has changed. When I'm on the highway, I'm driving like a old man now, and then people honk the horn at me.
And are they a fair and accurate depiction of how things looked on the date of the offense?
Correct.
And State's Exhibit P1, can you describe what is depicted in?
That's me and Augustine, and the truck we were driving. And
All right. Any questions?
Very briefly, when your coworker Agustin pulled the weapon on Mr. Aguilar, you said he was saying "shoot me" to him.
Mr. Aguilar was saying, "Shoot me." Yes.
Did it appear that he was trying to die by suicide?
Objection.
No, it didn't appear to me because I don't think he was trying to kill himself. I think he was trying to kill other people. That's the way I felt.
Because he didn't have. Did he have a gun or a knife or anything like that on him? Did you ever see Mr. Aguilar?
He was reaching for. I feel like he was reaching for things to get on top of his truck and try to stop him from getting stuff from his truck.
And when the gun was pointed at him, he said, "Shoot me."
Yes, he did.
Okay. Nothing further.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pause for a second. This testimony is explosive. The witness admits the gun wasn't loaded, yet explains it was used to scare someone off. Legally, that still matters. In court, perception can carry as much weight as reality. Even an unloaded firearm can qualify as a deadly weapon if it creates fear of imminent harm. Shoot me. Those 2 words change everything. That statement forces the court to confront a disturbing question.
State.
Mr. Aguilar, were you in your right mind on March 16th of 2023?
No.
Do you recall any of the events that happened on March 16th of 2023?
No.
No.
Do you have any memory of all of these accusations and evidence that has been brought against you?
Es muy poquito lo que recuerdo. Son partes muy cortas.
It's very little that I remember. They're like short bits and pieces.
Are you embarrassed and horrified to hear all of these things that you were doing on March 16th of 2023?
Is this aggression, suicide by confrontation, or both? The defense will lean heavily into mental state, but the prosecution hears danger to innocent people, and courts almost always prioritize public safety.
Claro,
Of
claro que
course,
sí.
of course I am.
How does it make you feel to hear all of these things and to see the video and review all of this evidence?
Fatal, muy mal.
Terrible, very, very bad.
During the 2 weeks leading up to March 16th, 2023, were you under the heavy influence of methamphetamine?
Como ya les había explicado desde el principio,
As I had explained from the beginning,
yo estaba pasando por una crisis de mi vida muy fuerte.
I was going through a very strong, bad crisis in my life.
Yo me quería quitar la vida.
I wanted to kill myself.
No quería hacerle daño a nadie, quería hacerme a mí mismo.
I
No a
didn't
nadie.
want to hurt anybody. I wanted to hurt myself, but not anybody.
No a alguien más.
Not
Quiero
anyone else.
hacer esto. Esto ocurrió sin que yo supiera.
This happened without my knowing.
So you do know that you were ingesting these drugs purposely, right?
Sí, sí la estaba yo ingiriendo
Yes, I was
a
ingesting them
propósito para quitarme la vida.
purposefully to kill myself, to take my own life.
And what happened as a result of what happened to your mind because of all of these drugs is what led to all of these cases, right?
Exactly.
And you've been in custody for nearly 2 years now, since March 16th of 2023, right?
Sí,
Yes,
And you've obviously been sober and you've had time to reflect on everything that happened on that day and leading up to that day, right?
sí,
yes,
And you've essentially lost your family, right? Your wife and your children.
todo hasta mi libertad.
everything, even my freedom.
And it's been an agonizing almost 2 years just
Here's where mitigation enters the courtroom. The defendant openly admits drug use, suicidal intent, and mental collapse. But here's the legal reality. Voluntary intoxication is not a defense. Judges can consider it for mercy, but it does not erase accountability.
knowing everything that happened and pain you have caused to other people, your family, and to strangers, right?
Exactamente.
Exactly.
And you're not a U.S. citizen, is that correct?
No, tendría nomás un permiso y el proceso de estar aquí con permiso y seguro se puede trabajar.
No, I only had a permit and I was in the process. I had a permit to work.
You were a resident and you had a work permit, is that correct?
Sí,
And you were in
Yes.
the process of working with an immigration attorney to become a U.S. citizen.
residente.
Resident.
And you know that because of these 2 convictions, that may not happen, and it's very likely that you could be deported to Mexico, is that correct?
Correcto.
Correct.
And you're asking for mercy from this court to give you a minimum, which would be 2 years, with credit for the time you've served, so that you can try your best to pick up the pieces and move on with your life, whether that be in Mexico or somewhere else, right?
Se lo pediría con el corazón
I would ask you from the bottom of my heart
que si se pudiera hacer eso,
if you could do that.
pero sé que también se mira mal por los hechos.
Now the stakes quietly skyrocket. Immigration status enters the record. 2 felony convictions don't just mean prison time. They can mean permanent removal from the country. Sentencing here isn't just about years behind bars. It's about whether this man ever sees his family again.
But I also know that it looks bad based on the facts.
O sea, cuando lo hace uno intencional, yo creo que sí se merece tiempo.
When you do it intentionally, I do think you deserve the time.
Y si llegué a un juicio, no fue porque sea cínico o sinvergüenza,
And if I went to trial, it's not because I'm cynical or shameless,
sino porque yo no estaba consciente, no recordaba todo lo que pasó.
but because I wasn't aware, I didn't remember everything that happened.
Porque también tengo familia y no quisiera que pasara, que le hicieran intencional a mi familia.
Because I also have a family and I wouldn't want someone to do intentionally to my family.
Fue por eso que llevé esto a trial, no por,
That's why I took this to trial,
no porque sea así.
not because I'm cynical.
No further questions.
State, any questions?
Mr. Aguilar, you've been arrested for possession of a controlled substance in Austin, Texas, is that correct?
Por una cerveza. Sí, una botella de cerveza.
Yes, over a beer, yes, a bottle of beer.
And do you recall when you were in custody in the Bexar County Jail, you met, with the doctor to evaluate your mental state?
¿En San Antonio?
In San Antonio?
Yes.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall reporting to that doctor that you had been, doing methamphetamine for at least a year prior to being arrested?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And so when you were arrested, that wasn't the first time that you had injected methamphetamine, correct?
No, ya tenía más o menos 15 días que era todo de día y noche.
No, it had been like 15 days that I would do it day and night.
Okay. And during this time, you weren't sleeping or doing anything productive?
No.
Honestly, nothing. No dormía más que una hora.
I didn't sleep, but maybe an hour.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And so you lived on Sixth Street as his victims, correct?
Si viven en esa calle, sí.
If they live on that street, yes.
Okay. And so you followed them from that street to where the incident occurred on 410, right?
Cuando me pregunta que si las iba siguiendo, no recuerdo esas partes que me dicen que
When you're asking me if I followed them, I don't remember those parts where you're.
Okay. And are you aware that the doctor's conclusion was that you were not suffering from any severe mental difficulty that at the time that you engaged in this conduct?
sí, padezco de migraña.
Yes, I suffer from migraines.
Okay. We have no further questions now.
All right.
I just
Any
wanted
follow-up?
to clarify one thing quickly. You had been using methamphetamine for a whole year prior to March 16th of 2023, correct?
No, casi no un año, era como como 6 meses de lo que pasó para atrás.
Not a year, like it's 6 months before what happened.
Quite some time before the March 16th of 2023, right?
Sí.
Yes.
But you were using it in what you thought were lethal dosages to try to take your own life about 2 weeks prior to the incident.
Exacto.
Exactly.
Are you extremely sorry for what happened to that woman and her daughters?
Vuelvo a decir, sí me siento fatal, me siento
I will say it
triste
again.
por todo lo que pasó.
I feel horrible. I'm very sad about everything that happened.
And just to be clear, you don't remember them being your neighbors, correct?
No.
Or you're
No.
just saying you did live on Rosa Trail, and if they did live on Rosa Trail, then y'all were possibly on the same street.
8 years, not 10, not 2. This is judicial balancing in real time. The judge acknowledges addiction and mental health, but draws a hard line. Drugs don't excuse terrorizing the public. The concurrent sentences soften the blow, but the deadly weapon finding ensures this conviction follows him forever.